with explorers tonight.
Hey guys, this is Nitesh. Now, this is gonna be a little different. You know, I usually don't do like a news segment, but frankly, this actually kind of seems like a good one to be doing. So, mainly, I'm actually just feeling really sick right now, but you know, can't always be at the top of my game. And frankly, I think this is an interesting thing to be talking about. So, Hearthstone. Blizzard has announced that they're going to be implementing new formats to the game. So, there's currently just the normal way of playing, which, when this is all implemented, it'll be renamed to Wild format. There's also Tavern Brawls, which, you know, those are gonna keep being just an unusual challenge. Then they're going to introduce Standard. Now, earlier on in the channel, I did some Magic the Gathering coverage, and I haven't actually played Magic the Gathering Standard in months. Now, Hearthstone Standard is going to be very similar, you know. It's going to be mainly the newer stuff. There's going to be certain things that just really aren't going to be standard legal, but you can still play it in Wild. Now, this is actually kind of a far-reaching thing. See, with a standard format, first off, it is kind of gonna push the development team to kind of scale up the amount of new stuff that they're releasing. Because after all, now they have to fill a whole format. And if something's no longer standard legal, they need to actually put something out to replace that. So, you know, more variety is never a bad thing in a game like this. However, they are talking about, how do I want to put this, emphasizing standard maybe a little more than they should. And when I say that, I mean they're actually talking about not selling packs for sets that aren't in standard. Which, okay, that's a bit of an issue, because, okay, Hearthstone, you don't have that much of a variety. You know, I love the game, but it's not accurate to say that they have the variety in cards to really shut people out of buying whole sets. You know, especially since Wild is still going to be a pretty major thing. The thing that I gotta point out here is Magic kinda does that too. You know, Magic, when sets leave standard, they go out of print. The thing is, that's not a particularly good thing in Magic's case either. You know, you end up with $100 cards, which, I mean, yeah, Hearthstone doesn't have to worry about that. But the fact is that there's still going to be some cards that are going to dominate wild format as stuff is going out of standard. And it's going to kind of be a bit of a barrier to entry for the format. You know, some of the conventional wisdom in Magic the Gathering's modern format is if you're running green, you want 4 Tarmogoyfs. Tarmogoyfs are hundreds of dollars. That's not really a realistic thing. In Hearthstone's case, you know, you can't buy cards with singles. You need to use Arcane Dust. Sounds better. Actually isn't. Because it means you're tearing through packs trying to get a hold of Arcane Dust. And, you know, the first set that they said is not going to be standard legal? Goblins versus Gnomes. Okay, if there's a particular epic card, I'm going to have to put so much money into packs, hoping I can get it. And frankly, you know, kind of doesn't seem fair. It kind of seems like, you know, you can use the term pay to win for a few cards. Specifically some legendaries like Ysera, who, you know, my big rule with Ysera is as soon as they play it, I immediately concede because there's no winning that game. So,
Well played.
You know, cases like that, these incredibly powerful in that format cards are going to get completely locked out to people trying to get into it.
Valera versus Guerra.
That's the thing that I'm not a fan of about all this. And I kind of hope there's... If they're going to get rid of the packs, I kind of hope that they replace it with some better way of getting those cards. Because otherwise, who knows what use actually playing wild format could be in like a year or so, after a bunch of stuff is left standard. I'm gonna be honest, again, referring back to Magic the Gathering, I refuse to play Modern, because I don't have the vast stores of money to just throw at cards that are like ridiculously expensive. With this, it's not only throwing a ton of money at these cards, it's not regulated even as much as by supply and demand. So, anyway, these are just my concerns about the introduction of the new formats. Frankly, I like the thought of having multiple ways of playing the game. But I kind of feel like if you're going to have multiple formats, they should all be equally accessible. So, I mean, frankly, the other things that they're talking about, frankly, I love the thought of getting more deck slots. Seriously, that's the one thing that kind of sucks. Having to delete decks so I can come up with new decks. And not have any way of actually saving the decks that I have. It's gonna be so good having more deck slots. So, anyway, that's gonna be it for now. Feel free to leave your thoughts about this in the comment section. You know, this is my point of view. I'm kind of interested in seeing what other people think about all this. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. And as always, keep enjoying the videos and subscribe to help the channel and see more.